Welcome, guys. Hi, guys. Welcome to the starting 11 show on Arsenal Present. If you're new to this content, please do me a favor by sticking a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. We'll be reviewing, talking about the starting 11 with my good friend here, Mr. D. What's good?
Good morning.
Good morning. Debbie
Yeah,
D.
everything. Yeah, everything.
Debbie
Everything
D.
looks. Everything looks good. Hey,
Everything looks
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Are you confident, excited?
oh yeah, I am. I can't wait to see to see how far these guys have gone. Let's see if they've measured up or if they are still behind.
So
Mm,
you think you're going to win this derby, or you think Man City is going to pull up a surprise at Old Trafford or Old Trafford? You call it that way.
Yeah, that wasn't the first thing you said wasn't a mistake, but no problem. Um, if Man City win, it won't be pulling up a surprise, I think, because people, I mean, the odds looks like it favors Man City because they've been like the better side over time. So right now it's just like Man U trying to see how well they'll measure up. It's like
It
a
looks
test
like
of seeing how far. It's like a test of seeing how far they've come.
the starting 11 is already out. So let's look at it together. Let me go on
Oh,
the share screen immediately.
okay, yeah,
Wait.
because I was looking at it on the side here myself.
So let's start from the home team. I think we need to start from the home team. Let me show them the respect. Give me a minute to do this real quick. Look at the home team, right? So we have De Gea in goal, Bruno
Hmm.
Fernandes, Marshall, Rashford, Malacia, Ericsson, Fred, Casemiro, Varane, Luke Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka. What do you think of this starting lineup?
Hmm. It looks well. Looks Shaw pairing with Rafa Varane against Manchester City. Wow,
Exactly, that's audacious.
that's I don't know. I think the size of his cojones just ballooned overnight because against Man City, it might be a master stroke or it might backfire badly.
Martinez on the bench. Let's look at the subs real quick. Hilton,
Okay.
Lindelof, Maguire, Martinez, Meando, McTominay, Tony, Elanga, and Garnacho. Why is he not playing Lisandro Martinez? What kind of confidence is this? Maybe as a Manchester United fan, you can enlighten me and some of uh, my subscribers about this confidence that Ten Hag is showing.
I'm caught out by that myself because I was thinking it's a no-brainer. Martinez will start alongside Varane in the back,
Exactly.
5 and 6, but I don't know. This worked against one of the I think the one of the
Lower
last
teams.
three. Yeah, but I don't against Man City. Oh my God, I don't know. Now playing, I was thinking Luke Shaw would play his usual position, and then
Is as a left
um
back.
they, yes, and then they will pair Rafael Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane. This okay, okay, okay.
This is no for me. This is very very bold, extremely bold. Like
Yeah,
Luke Shaw have been doing well against I'll call the lesser teams with respect to those teams, but against Manchester against okay, let's look at Manchester City lineup so we can know what we are talking about. So we're not just speculating because uh I almost said against Haaland. So let's see if what's his name?
yeah.
Give me a minute.
I'm looking at Manchester City lineup right now, and it's the usual suspects.
Because
Yeah,
so let's
he put out the usual suspects.
let's look at the Manchester City lineup, right? Can you see it
Hmm.
on the screen?
Yeah, I can
So we
see
have
it.
Edison, Walker, Akanji, Ake, Cancelo, Rodrigo, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Mares, Foden, and Haaland. So you're telling me he's playing Luke Shaw and Varane at the center of his defense against Haaland?
Yep,
Oh,
yep. That's what he's doing. He has seen. See, he's the manager, so he has probably seen something that we are not seeing. So he has
I
the
understand that, right? Yeah, he's a manager. We can't question him because he does the training, he knows the in and out. But logic tells us that this is overly confident.
this is overly, please use overly twice. This overly confident. And looking at this lineup, I think my confidence is a little bit you know, deflated a little bit. But let's just see when the game starts. Let's wait for the game to start and let's see what what pans out. But I won't be surprised if this doesn't backfire in the first half.
Now, I
Honestly, I
respect Ten Hag what he has done for the team. I think you guys have picked up results and form. You guys on the form table are better than Manchester City on the form table, which is fantastic. And I think Man City have been wobbling in the last few matches. We saw the struggles they had at St Mary's
Mhm.
against our top team. We saw the struggles against before the World Cup against Brentford. We've seen that. See, defensively they've not been astute. They've not been flawless. They are very pregnable, right? At the same time, we know Manchester City on a good they can turn up.
They can turn up and they can rip any team apart. Now, what I will say is this, right? This game, aside from Man U's defense, right, will be a battle of midfields. If
Yeah.
Manchester United midfield can actually breach City's midfield and get at the defense, they have a chance.
Okay.
Because
So
City's
so
back
let's look at
line,
the midfield you're talking about, right? Let's look at the City midfield so we can know what we're talking about. So if you look at the City midfield, we
mhm,
have De Bruyne,
De Bruyne,
Bernardo
yeah,
Silva, and Rodrigo. Do you
Yeah,
think
Rodrigo.
so? Do you think those guys? Do you think your midfield can overcome the Manchester City midfield?
It's
In
not
your
about
opinion?
overcome. It's not about overcoming. I think the pressure, like as usual, Man City is a team that retains ball. They want to retain the ball. They want to go at the
Okay.
opposition. So
Okay.
I think the ability of the Casemiro protecting the back four, the ability to actually withstand Manchester City's defense, and then the ability of De Bruyne, sorry, I'm not De Bruyne, Fernandez and
Yeah.
Ericsson to give those key passes to the forward players to get at Man City's defense. That's where the battle will be. That's
So
where I think the battle will be.
let's not forget something, right?
Mhm,
In the corresponding fixture, you guys
mhm.
lost 6-3. We know
Oh
the
yeah,
in the first half, you guys were blown out of the water. And let's not
my
forget the midfield then was Ericsson, Fernandez, and Martinelli. But we have Casemiro playing this time.
Casemiro now, yeah,
But
and then
don't you think it's a bit soft playing Ericsson and Fernandez against Rodri, Bernardo Silva, and De Bruyne? For me, I'm
so
not
what
convinced.
so what he did, what's his name? What Ten Hag did is he brought in Fred to add a little bit more steel to the midfield, just like to choke it up a little bit, not to allow Manchester City's midfield to operate as freely as they would want to. Uh,
So that means
let's let's wait and see if
Fernandez
that's
will be
going.
playing on the wings.
Yes, and let's wait and see if that's going to work. Now remember, the last time Man United, the last time the both teams met at the Etihad,
Yeah,
Ten Hag tried to go toe to toe with Man City.
Manchester City. Yeah.
He did not have this defensive mindset and say, okay, let me see if I can, absorb the pressure and then go at them. He tried to go toe to toe, and they were ripped apart. So I think he learned from that first game, and he's trying to see how to, okay, let me shore up my defense a little bit and rely on counter attack.
Okay,
That's
from
what
a
that's
Manchester
what
United
that's what
fan.
I'm seeing from this lineup.
Okay, from a Manchester United perspective, 'cause I'm looking at it as a neutral, even though I have a bit of stake in it. But I'll try to be as objective as possible, right? Why is he playing Luke Shaw in the heart of the defense? Luke Shaw is a very good left back. He's in and out of form, but he has been in a good form. Why would you pair Luke Shaw with Varane against Haaland? Is is this
Like
is
I told you,
Manchester United not getting ahead of themselves?
it might be a master stroke or might be a disaster class. Believe me, it could be one or the other. And I won't be surprised if this call doesn't cost Man U the game. Because this is a game that you have to leave no chance. Like, take no chances. Put out your
Yeah.
best foot. Put out your best 11. Put out your best centre backs against Haaland. I don't know. Let's just wait and see because that part I don't understand it myself. I don't.
Or is there any chance that maybe Lisandro Martinez might be carrying an injury, or because
No
he wasn't
indication.
at his best in the corresponding fixture, or is that why you think he's trying this?
No indication that he was injured or he has any kind of niggle. The person
Yeah,
who had a niggle is actually starting, and that's Marshall. I know they were saying he had a little bit of niggle. His
yeah.
chances to start is 50-50, but he's on the team sheet. So right now I have no idea what Luke Shaw. I have no idea, I mean, no explanation as to what Luke Shaw is doing there in centre back, and not where he usually plays. And he's usually more lethal where Malacia is more effective there than Malacia
Yeah,
would be.
to
So
be because with the rumors we heard yesterday was that Marshall might be out. He has
that's what
trained once or
that's
that,
what I heard.
but
I
Marshall
heard
is
Marshall.
starting.
I heard he might be out, but
Now I'm
he's
looking at
there.
the formation right now. It looks like you guys are playing 4-2-3-1, four at the
Yep.
back, two in the midfield. That's Fred and Casemiro actually shielding the defense. They have Rashford on the left, Ericsson in the 10, and
And then Bruno.
Fernando what's Fernandez as the right winger.
Mm.
Is that the appropriate position for Fernandez to
And
play in?
then I have a feeling that depending on how the game goes, there might be like a shake up of the formation. So depending on how the game goes, I have a
Yeah.
feeling he might actually want to switch to maybe bringing in
4-4-2.
somebody else. But yeah, something like that. I have a feeling that this is not like as the game transitions, there's going to be like a change of formation. That's my
Okay,
feeling.
let's shift our focus to Man City, right? They're playing a 4-3-3. Now, defensively, I've got to call this out. Defensively, I don't think Manchester City have been flawless this season. They've been
Yep.
wobbling and shaky.
Yeah, they have been.
Let's not listen to what the mainstream or legacy media will tell you about Man City, what they've done in their past, which is fantastic. But we have to live in the present, right?
Hmm.
Antecedent is good. You use it to get, but new information can tell you better things and how to think logically. So I think Cancelo for me, Ake and Akanji and Walker defensively. Are you licking your lips? If
Walker.
I think against Rashford, Marshall, and Fernandez, it could be a bit of joy.
Yeah. What's his name? In the last few games, Ake has played in the three position, right? Now he has been moved to, you
To
know,
center.
to
Now,
center.
if you don't, sorry to cut you off, in the
Mhm.
corresponding feature that was happened earlier this season, right?
Mm.
Ake and Akonji played as center half, and they were fantastic earlier this
Okay.
season when you get the beating. So I
Yeah.
understand why. But Cancelo has been dreadful. Like, let's be real. If that Manchester City have been winning games and they have the history of winning, let's be real on form and what to see with our eyes. Even pre-World Cup, in the World Cup, post-World Cup, the game against Southampton, Cancelo is dreadful.
Yeah, don't forget
So
what he's banking on the fact that Cancelo pulls out those ridiculous assists every now and then. So I think he wants,
offensively, see,
yeah,
offensively, I think it's fantastic. But as a
yes,
defender, what's your primary duty?
well to defend. Now, Pep Pep is a manager who he thinks sometimes the way he thinks you'll be like, oh, that is genius, or oh, he actually
Well, things, yeah, like,
he overthinks it. So in this
yeah.
case, I think he's banking on Man City being on the offensive at least 70% of the game, right? And
Okay.
if Man City is on the offensive, there's a higher chance of Cancelo whipping across that Haaland will score or something. And he's also banking on his defense. Ake and Akanji to like, okay, if Cancelo bombs forward, maybe
Okay.
Rodri will kind of like help to cover a
Shield,
little bit.
yeah, probably a bit of
Exactly. So
subsidy and shield.
I think he wants Cancelo and Bernardo to go at who's playing, who's behind there, to go at Wan-Bissaka. So you
But
have two.
defensively, one Besaka is stronger than being offensive, which is fantastic. But I think, in my opinion,
Mhm.
Rashford will be loving this romance with Cancelo because Rashford right now is in form, is confident, is scoring goals against Cancelo, even though Man City may possess more of the real estate and the ball. But we know there'll be counter attack chances for Manchester United. Let's be real, there will
Yeah,
be
but
chances for Manchester United.
except Rashford switches intermittently with Fernandez. If you notice, I think he's playing 11. Am I right? I'm sorry, he's on the 11 side.
That's Rashford, yeah.
Yeah, he's on 11. So
He's playing the inside forward.
except he switches every now and then with he has Kyle Walker to deal with, and this man put Walker there because of the pace. He wants Walker to deal with
Let's
Rashford's
be
pace.
real. Walker's pace has been Walker is on his last legs.
Well,
He's not as
yes,
quick as he
yeah,
used to be.
but he's still quick. I
He's
think
not.
he's the only person.
I think we give too much credence to what these players have done in the past. In the last 1 year, Walker doesn't have the same pace he had 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, yes,
injuries, recoveries, and everything. He's not as quick as we are making him to seem like. He's not.
yeah. Well, I agree. He's getting older, but if you look at Man City's defense, like all of the options Guardiola has, I think
Yeah,
Rashford is too. Sorry, Walker is too close to the quickest he has.
exactly. In the
So
line
he has to just
of the blind,
yes.
one eye
So
man, so, which is fine. It's fine.
he has to use what he has. He has to use what
Exactly.
you know what he possesses to deal with Rashford's pace. But the game is going to be interesting. Believe me, it's just even if Man City is going to win this game, it shouldn't be the ridiculous scorelines
Are
we've
you
had on it.
conceding so quick? Are you conceding already?
It's football. I can't be cocky going into a game, especially against Man City, right? When there's time to be like, yeah, you know what, we're going to deal with these guys. The time will come. Hopefully it does. But for now,
Tell me, where do you think the match will be won? The defense, midfield, or the attack?
like I said earlier, this is a game
Yeah.
of midfields. It's a game of midfields and it's a game of tactics, right?
Okay.
Looking at Ten Hag, looking at the formation, looking at the players he has put on,
Yeah.
he wants to absorb pressure and then hit on the break. Guardiola is looking at the game of I'm gonna build the ball a lot, so I need to
And I'm
hit them
going
where
to
it
own.
hurts.
I'm going to own the
Yes,
rest of the game.
yes, I want to hit them where it hurts. So it looks
Yeah.
like Ten Hag has learned from his first encounter. And he's like, okay, you know what? I will bite the dust here. This guy, his players can retain the ball better than the players I have right now. So I won't try to fight possession or go toe to toe with him. So this game will be won in the midfield. That's what I think.
Okay. Let's move to predictions. So, who do you think will win the match? And give me your score line.
Can I have two score lines?
No, you can't just have one score. Like, I have two score lines. Come on.
Okay, I'll be bold and say Man, Man U will nick the game.
Give me a score line.
I'm looking at a 3-2.
Okay, I'm trying to be as objective as possible. I understand Arsenal played, they're not on the derby tomorrow. I'm taking my emotions out of it. I think this might end in a draw. I'm looking at a 2-2 draw in this match.
Okay. Okay.
Because
90 minutes.
I think Man City, I'm tempted to give to Man City, but I have to be real. Defensively, Man City are not still like they used to have. They don't have
Yeah,
defensively, they are not as strong as they used to be. So
they are very suspect
there's a beat in between the
defensively. I
team
agree
for
with that.
Manchester United.
Yeah, they are very suspect defensively. But
Exactly.
2-2.
And there's a
Maybe.
machine and there's a machine up front for Man City. I think Ten Hag, I love him. I think, see, I'm going to take my Arsenal bias aside and say he has done a fantastic job thus far for Manchester United. But this arrogance of playing Luke Shaw, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Luke Shaw and Varane against
Varane.
Haaland.
They probably look formidable in this game.
I think he's pushing it. I think he's overly confident. Like he has a now. I understand Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez might have maybe similar height, but Martinez is that pit bull. That he has that aggression. He wants to fight for the club. He's aggressive on the tackle, even though he's measured. Right, he's a better defender in my opinion. But I understand he has been doing this test strong with Luke Shaw for the past few games. But against
He
Manchester
walked.
City,
He did it against what team was that? And he kind of walked. But
against what
against
team? Yeah, against Man City is a different beast.
What against Man City?
A different beast.
Okay.
Nah, I think he's over pushing his luck.
He
But
should
I still think they can nick a draw because I think Manchester City are suspect defensively. That's why I'm predicting a draw because defensively, Man City they're very suspect. They are
They are
very
very
suspect.
suspect. Yep, I agree with
So
you.
that's why I'm
So
predicting a draw.
let's see what 90 minutes is gonna give us.
Guys, if you're in the chat, please do me a favor. Like the video, very important for the algorithm. Please help us push this channel up in the algorithm. Stick a like on the video, share it if you love to share it. And if you're not a subscriber and you like this content, do me a favor by subscribing. So we'll be leaving this starting 11 show for now. We'll go and enjoy the match, and hopefully I'll do a review by myself. I don't think Mr. D will be coming for a review, but I think he might change his mind if we win. If he wins the match, rather, if Manchester United wins the match, expect to see him in a review. And if he doesn't, I'll be doing the review by myself. Guys, like I said, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. How far?
I did.